to the point, sports and entertainment. I want you to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Uh, Salute to the whole entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community, and salute to all the people that rock with me. Day ones as well as the new subs that have come aboard. I really appreciate it. And for the people that have left and the people that choose not to mess with your boy anymore, salute to you too. Man, you're going to have that all the time. You're going to have people there that don't want to mess with you. You're going to have people there that don't want to be around you. You're going to have people there that feel some type of way. You got to embrace that. Embrace that. You gotta love that. You know what I'm saying? Love it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Love it for the good and the bad. Please hit that like again. Once you come in the building, man, three dots at the top, or you could double tap the screen. Double tap the screen like you tapping that. Never mind. Let me stop. For y'all get all mad, all sensitive, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you getting nasty. Now, I got some breaking news. According to Shams Sharania, okay, uh, and don't worry about the title. Okay, we're gonna get to that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But, or I should say the thumbnail. But according to reports, Morant has been suspended by the Memphis Grizzlies for conduct detrimental to the team. He has been suspended for one game. Okay, according to Shamsher Irania. Now, we have been on this John Morant situation. I know the brother Tura and Ticket have put me on this because I had an opportunity to look at what they were talking about, paying a close attention uh, to this John Morant situation and stuff. And I said, you know, it doesn't make sense the way his attitude has been. Now, we know that the Memphis Grizzlies, they're 500. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they 0-5 like the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they winless like the Pacers or something like that. You know, or struggling that bad like the Magic are or something like that. But a lot of people expected the Memphis Grizzlies to do a lot better than what they're doing right now. Um, Look, the brother Cypress TV, I got to give him a salute. Um, what's up with it, Stephen Green? I see you in the building. You said salute job making bad decision. Yeah, he is. Hit the like when you come in here too. Please hit that like, okay? Hit that like, hit that like, hit that like. Trying to get it in the algorithm, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it in the algorithm. Share the video too, okay? Share the video. Okay, very important. Like and share. Share the video. Get it out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to keep stuff to yourself. That's what's wrong with y'all. Try to keep everything to yourself, man. Come on, share the wealth. But anyway, like I was saying, Steven, you said that he making bad decisions. I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. You know, uh, like the brother Cypress TV was saying, right? He said that they should get rid of Ja. Now, I didn't take it that far at first, Steven. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take it that far at first, but I was saying I'm gonna pay attention to it. I'm gonna look at this. You know what I'm saying from a standpoint of a progressive standpoint. Jaron Jackson Jr. has been the more solid player. Even though you question his attitude sometimes, you know what I'm saying. But for the most part, Jaron Jackson Jr. has been the one that has evolved. That seems more serious. You got to think about it. He held the team down last year, last couple of seasons, while Ja was absent, and then also he held it down when Zach Edey stayed hurt. Zach Edey hurt right now. Steven, you said Ja with that thug like. Look, I want to say this, man. If you a thug, you know what I'm saying. keep the shit quiet. You know what I'm saying? Do that stuff on your own time. Right now, you got to handle that stuff. I'm not gonna judge anybody from what John. He came from a pretty, good neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, what I'm saying, he was out in the streets and all that other stuff. Now, he might have, been around some family members, you know what I'm saying, that, served him with some real ish, you know what I'm saying, brought him out to the hood and all that other stuff. But I'm talking about as far as coming up in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying, as far as being in them projects, you know what I'm saying, as far as actually being out on the block, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. He ain't never did any of that. You know what I'm saying? And listen, uh, AI, he really came from that. He really struggled. He really did not have the best shoes in the world. He really did grow up in a single parent household. He really did come from poverty. He really did have water flooding in his house. Or apartment, I should say, you know what I'm saying, in housing and stuff like that. He really did come from the struggle. And Stephen, you should know that coming from that VA, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tidewater, shout out to Hampton, Newport News, Denby, you know what I'm saying? All that Norfolk, all that, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I touched down there, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't come from that. AI struggled, you know what I'm saying? So that image that AI had, that was just who he was. However, the difference between Ja and the difference between AI, Bubba Chuck, as they call him, you know what I'm saying? The difference between them two is the fact that AI had the heart, he had the will, he had the determination. He took no games off. You know what I'm saying? He never made any type of excuses. You know what I'm saying? AI was just about, getting out there. If he showed up to practice, oh well, you know what I'm saying? He smoked a little weed, you know what I'm saying? Did what he did, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? The motherfucker was gonna show up to the game. You know what I'm talking about now? We got my nigga Cypress up in here. Cypress TV, you know it. Man, motherfucker don't need no introduction. You know who the fuck that nigga is? You know what I'm saying? That nigga Memphis. Making easy Memphis. Making easy Memphis. Making easy money.
What it do?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? That nigga the lust demon. Man, you take over, man. We talk about that job right now, and then we gonna go ahead and we gonna get into Chauncey Billups, two of these subjects that you like. This the Cypress TV takeover. Go on ahead, Cypress.
I think it's time for them to move job. I think they got to move job where they can get some value for him because Jan Jackson Jr. is really the leader of the Memphis Grizzlies. I've been saying that. And get rid of him while you get some value for him and get something back for him. Hopefully some good players and draft picks. The John Morant era is over in Memphis because once you start a team, call the coach out and do that and get suspended, it's a wrap normally.
Now, listen, man. Um, we gotta look at it like this, right? They're 3-3. You know what I'm saying? Now they got rid of the coach when, what I'm saying, he was doing good. People wondered why they got rid of Taylor Rooks, right? That was his name, right? Well, people wondered why they did get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Why they, moved on, why they felt compelled to move on when, he was actually doing a pretty decent job. You got Zach Edey, who can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? He came in, like Cypress had reported one time and told me, he said, "Hey, Zach Edey already hurt," and I was raving about this dude. I would have never got into Zach Edey. Shout out to the brother Lamont FYF Sports Debate. He had told me to pay attention to Zach Edey over there in Purdue. I said, "Okay, let me see what he's about." You know what I'm saying? I thought he was just gonna be clumsy, slow, and all this other stuff. He was pretty good in college and everything, right? I was raving about him. Man, he got to the NBA. First thing, Cyber telling me, "Man, Polo, this dude already hurt." And now he already done messed up his ankle. Okay. And he's not gonna be coming until about 6 to 9 weeks. That's a long time. What you think about that, Cyber?
Uh, yeah, I think that's unfortunate, but it's still early in the season. They can really make something out of it, but I think the job last season, and I really don't know about Zach. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess we got to give it some time with Zach Eady, but I don't know how long they can hold out, man.
Man, you and this give it some time shit. Yeah, look. That nigga love saying give it some time, man. How much time we need to see a motherfucker to stay hurt? Every time you turn around, this motherfucker hurt, man. He gonna end up like Joel Embiid.
I think you give him at least one more season.
You think so? I'm saying with Jado.
Now you got to look forward to moving job. You got to go get
Okay,
them.
so where would Ja be a good fit though, man?
Me, I would be petty. I'd probably make him suffer. I'd probably send him to Brooklyn. But I don't know, man. I would like him over there in Charlotte
Hmm.
somewhere. A young
Okay,
team.
Steven brought up something. Memphis, we both can relate to this, man, from where we come from and stuff, man. You said if I was in the NBA, I'd do my best to lead the street life behind me. How many men get opportunity to play in the NBA? You want to respond to that site?
This is the problem with that. John Moran with the pride. He had his toting gun like he Suge Knight. You can't have that in the NBA, man. Hey, man, Allen Iverson tried the gangster thing. You see what happened to him. And he one of the greatest point guards alive, man. So there you go.
Look, I mean, I understand what you're saying, Stephen Green, but there are a lot of guys, man, that unfortunately, they bring it, they bring their kinfolks, they bring their friends, you know what I'm saying? Once you make it to that and you get that bag and you make it to that level and stuff like that, you got all types of people coming out of the woodwork, you know what I'm saying? Reaching and grabbing, hey, I need this, I need that, or whatever. Hey, don't forget for what I did for you, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget you might have had some dudes that protected you and all this other stuff. So these guys is hitting these guys off and stuff like that and not realizing that they still tied to that life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not that easy. And then of course, you know what I'm saying, we got this situation that we getting ready to talk about in terms of Chauncey Billups and all that other stuff. These guys still want to be involved in the underworld, so to speak. You said Ja Fit is the Clippers or the Spurs. Oh, no, 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 no. Ooh, man. I think he ruffled some feathers, Memphis. He said Spurs.
I take that in the dead of week. With Wimby and don't have to give up De'Aaron Fox. Can you say multiple championships? Tenfold.
So you'll take Ja?
Yeah, with Wimby, yes sir, in the dead of week. Because you
Oh,
don't
wait a minute. Okay, so it's not that you don't like Ja as a player. You just don't think he's a good fit in Memphis.
he have to mature to be a leader. And walk around toting guns and you getting $100 million Gatorade and McDonald contract, that ain't gonna be the answer, bro. And the way he have and the team play better with him out, like he's not a true leader. The true leader of the Memphis Grizzlies is Jared Jackson Jr. I rest my
Right. Well, this is the thing, man. In order for Memphis to truly turn the corner, I mean, I think a part of it, man, got to do with the the decision making that they're making, like in the front office. Also, listen, these guys they've never been truly healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like the last time they was truly healthy was when Ja had went full throttle, um, to and took them almost damn near to the final. You know what I'm saying? With them, losing to Golden State and everything. You said Ja get a second chance to another team like the Lakers, but damn, Steven, that he naming all the damn teams. I mean, he named the Clippers, the Spurs, the Lakers, the Bucks. Nigga, I mean, who you gonna say next? The Sixers?
But I think the problem, y'all want to know what my honest thinking problem is with Ja?
Go ahead.
Your dad try to act as young as you. That's a no go, man. Somebody got to have. The mama can't be the only one that mature in the household.
Right. Well, I mean, T. Morant, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he can only control what he can control. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man right now. You know what I'm saying? Now he could give him wise counsel and tell him, "Hey, you going in the wrong direction," that sort of thing. But I do agree with you in the sense, like, okay, you're too busy trying to be his friend. However, that he's a grown man. Like Floyd Mayweather, I think he said this, Cypress. He said that after a while, you have to learn that your kids they gonna make their own decision whether you raise them, what I'm saying, in the right path or not. Like you said, he went to private school and everything like that, though. Don't be something that you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you go to private school, but then you've been served with some real shit. Cypress TV take you over there to North Memphis or some shit. Then you come back, oh man, you got dreads, you tatted up. You know what I'm saying? Got grills. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff. You toting Desert Eagles and all that. You know what I'm saying? You like, nigga, this ain't you. You ain't no Malibu's most wanted, nigga.
Right, like all the thuggery he should be that. That's what you have a team of security around for.
You know what I'm saying? He was hanging, man. T. Mama, he like, man, you been hanging around that lust demon. What's wrong with you?
But this is the problem, man. Just cause your kid making the bag and he take care of you, you live a nice life. You should tell him when he bullshit and tell him no.
Hmm. Right.
He still might do it either way because he's rich and he got the money to do whatever it is he want to do. But be a responsible parent and no man, I don't give a damn about you. I appreciate you taking care of me, son, but you bullshit.
Right. That's fact. You said, what about John Kidd supposed to set an example? Well, here's my response to that. Right. I'm a parent myself. For those of y'all that are parents or whatever, we all know that parents ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? Ja is still a young man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make his mistake. That's why I'm actually on Ja's side in terms of the Kendrick Perkins situation. That's why the nigga Ticket he's on Ja's side in terms of the Perk situation too. You know what I'm saying? Perk was wrong. You know what I'm saying? He was wrong about how he went about things. You in Memphis know because he seen the podcast with Zebo. Shout out to Zebo and Tony Allen. You know what I'm saying? They podcast. But I
Yeah.
mean, Perk was capping on there or whatever. However, I'm not gonna give John no excuse. You do have to raise, your kids or whatever. You do have to set an example and everything. I'm not saying you got to be 100% perfect. You know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. But you do have, you raising a little kid right now. They are looking at you, man. What you think about that site?
You absolutely right. Everything you say, you absolutely right, man. You gotta you just gotta mature, man, and move right. You know what I mean? 'Cause 9 times out of 10, you gonna be the only one in your circle with something to lose. So at some point, you have to act like that you have something to lose, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, man, you heard Cybers, man. He said, man, it's time to go ahead, time for Ja to go ahead and make that next step, make that next move. You know what I'm saying? But thing about it is where is he going to go? Where's going to be a good fit? Are they going to put up with Ja? Because we could call it what it is. As good of a talent, as great of a talent as Ja is, he do got an ego. You know what I'm saying? He is temperamental. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of fight in him. You know what I'm saying? He does not back down from anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that could be a blessing as well as a curse too, as well. Okay. Now, other topic, Cypress' favorite topic right here. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about sports betting. Let's talk about the gambling. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em.
Let's go, man.
Listen, man, Chauncey Billups, man. All right. Uh, Shout out to Cypress TV, man. And let me tell you why. This brother right here has been telling me that Chauncey is the problem, and with Tiago Splitter, who is a former Spur champion as well, he said, "Look, he gonna come in there, and he gonna make a change, Polo." I said, "Yeah, right." I said, "Tiago Splitter." I was like, "Man, what over there looking like goddamn, looking like what's that motherfucker name? Val Kilmer and shit." You know, I was like, "Nah, he ain't gonna do nothing." You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what he look like. He look like Val Kilmer. Next thing you know, I'm like, "Oh shit!" I turn around. I'm like, "Cypress, the Blazers 4-2." I know it's still early. He's like, "Man, I told you." He done told me like 3, 4 times. I'm getting sick of Cypress winning. You know what I'm saying? My point is, is that the problem with the Blazers Chauncey Billups?
Yep, I think Chauncey was going all in on them losing. He was just on the sideline clapping and passing water bottles because he damn sure wasn't doing no coach.
Right, Memphis. And you said that, and I had to look. I looked deep into it. And I had already had talked about it. I didn't continue to harp on it. But let me read the comment. You said, Stephen. You said his wife and divorced kids gone with his mom, kids, no father around. He has to watch his actions. Oh, okay. You talk. I guess you talking about the job situation. You said you didn't see the Blazers winning. No, I didn't see it neither. But I see it now. Chauncey Billups never had a season in the 4 seasons that he was there. Never had a season over 500. He couldn't even reach a 500 winning percentage. His winning percentage overall was .357, if I'm not mistaken, y'all. That is horrendous. And it was like, how did this guy keep coaching? However, just like Memphis has talked about this, just like the brother Ticket has talked about this, just like I think who was Hendo talked about it. Shout out to him. Y'all fired Tom Thibodeau for Mike Brown, Cypress's favorite hustler in the NBA, and now they losing. But Tom
Mike,
Thibodeau made it to the Eastern Conference Final.
Mike getting them checks brown. Shout salute to him.
Yeah, he sure is getting them checks. He sure ain't winning. The Knicks 2-3. They just lost last night.
Well, I think a lot of players will complain to the front office about Tom Thibodeau, the reason why he got fired. In my opinion, the reason why he got fired.
You know who I think it was? I think it was the media. I think that was media perpetuated because Stephen A. Smith had got on there. You know what I'm saying, and he had said some stuff or whatever. They made it to the ECF. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Man, you don't fire a guy like that. But then you bring in Mike Brown. You got a new philosophy. You got a guy in there, man, that they got to adapt. And they don't look like they're buying in. They don't look the same as a team. I mean, they kind of look the same and even worse. You said tells me the Blazers need a new coach. No, they don't. Tiago Split is doing a good job. You said Billups is an assistant coach, not a coach. I definitely agree. Shit, he might be a trainer. The way his ass was, I mean, shit, he he might be a step below an assistant. You know what I'm talking about, Memphis? Shit, you said Mark Jackson is a good coach. We're not even gonna get on that. I mean, that ship has sailed. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want to look. They don't even want to mention Mark Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Man,
Well, because he talked against the LGBT community. That's why they don't want him in there yet.
the alphabet. Look, that nigga Memphis about to be like A B C D. You said Darvin Western Conference final should get a chance. Yeah, Darvin Hale. Yeah, but I mean he on the he over there with the Bucks anyways or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think he should. I think Sam Cassell. I mean, he came up under that Doc tree. You know what I'm saying? I know your feelings about Doc. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Bucks been doing Buck. They've been doing pretty good, man.
Glenn Doc Rivers, Lord have mercy.
It sound like he grew up with him. Man. It sound it sound like he know his dark secrets and shit. Like that. But yeah, man, like he has never had a record over 500. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden they coming in. The Blazers are 4-2. You know what I'm saying? They got a group of young guys in there. They got Jeremy Grant. You know what I'm saying? They got some talent on, and they're working hard. And nobody's talking about this, but on this channel, that's what we do. Why? Because we do talk about the underdogs. We talk about the underdogs, then we talk about the main people out there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, man, the Blazers they should move. They should go ahead and move on. You keep the pot hot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, if they make it to the play in, or at least the play in, the play out, yeah,
Hell,
they should
they
move on.
shit. The way they going, they might make it to the playoffs. They 4-2.
Yeah,
I know it's still early. I know it's still early, man. I know things could take a turn. You know, teams could start heating up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Like for some reason, man, I feel like the Blazers they're like a surprising team. They hot right now, man. Like without Chauncey Billups and this situation that's going on, I guess people thought that they was going to disintegrate once Chauncey Billups left or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they actually elevated. So that's why I'm looking at myself. I said Chauncey Billups might have been the problem. And let's take it a step further though, Memphis. Did he throw some of them games? Did he bet on some of them games? Was he gambling on some of them games?
I believe he did.
Why you say that, man?
I just do, man. Cause it's like he ain't have no interest in winning.
Right. He looked like he was K Dizzle. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, bro? Glad you up in here, man. Uh Wimby 5-0, baby. 5-0. Come on now. But right now, K Dizzle, if you just coming in here, man, I know you from that 901, you know what I'm saying, to the 832 or to the 713, you know what I'm saying, wherever you be. Look, we got John Morant gonna be suspended one game, you know what I'm saying, for conduct detrimental to the team. And then he he gonna receive a one game suspension. And then we talk about Chauncey Billups and the Blazers right now. K Dizzle are 4-2 without Chauncey Billups because of the whole gambling situation. You know what I'm saying? Since he's not coaching anymore, and Cypress TV has been instrumental in saying that Chauncey has been the problem. You said Philly is hot. We play Boston tough. Yeah, we did, but it was Joel Embiid's fault being out there, man. You let Joel Embiid, you let the cat out the bag. I blame that on Nick Nurse. I was telling Cypress this too. You let Joel Embiid disrupt the flow of the offense. You know, I know we're talking about a different subject, man, but I don't mean to keep harping on this, but you disrupted the flow. But since you brought it up, Steven, yes, I'm going to talk about it. He disrupted the flow. He came in there, missed the game winner. He wasn't moving on defense. You know what I'm saying? Stagnated, all that stuff, man. You pretty much messed up the chemistry.
Yeah, I think they should have pulled. I would have pulled him out and ran that play.
That's facts because VJ Edgecombe, he hit a clutch shot. Maxey, he hit a couple of clutch shots. Grimes, he was hitting clutch shots. You said Embiid need to go. Yeah, he do, man, or come off the bench. You said it's not Ja. It's that coach in Memphis. Dude is terrible. He has no defensive philosophy. Definitely like what the Blazers are doing. I mean, he can't be that terrible. K Dizzle, they came in at 3-2. It ain't like they were. It ain't like they 0-5. Like like the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they 1-4 like the Magic. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they that bad. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. He gonna have to adapt to the change. You know what I'm saying. I know he's upset about Taylor Rooks. You know what I'm saying. Everybody was. I was shocked about it. Memphis was shocked about it. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You said we play better without Embiid. Of course we do. I mean, shit. Yeah, Memphis out here excited as hell. He ain't even no Sixers fan. You know what I'm saying? He up in there talking about Edgecombe, the next MJ. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shoot, yeah. But then you came in there. You want to let Embiid in there. You know what I'm saying? Get his 20 points and stuff like that. He worried about stats and shit like that. You messing up the team. But K Dizzle, I got to look at that situation. I mean, he's going at the coaches and stuff like that. That's not the way to do it. You gonna have to get in the locker room, have a shouting match, throw some stuff around, have some fisticuffs, whatever. Have a meeting, something like that, or go ahead and get up out of there because K Dizzle, Stephen Green, Cyber TV, they are feeding off of Ja's energy.
yeah,
That's a good point. You said the Grizz won those 3 games by a total of 8 points. Yeah, you're right about that. You said the Pelicans and the Suns damn near beat them. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You know what I'm saying? But they could have been like the Clips, who was getting blown out, by the Jazz or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a situation where, you know, they're like these other teams, such as like the Pacers who were depleted by injuries, you know what I'm saying? Or, Boston getting surprised or Cleveland getting blown out, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But it didn't happen. They still fought. Some of these teams that are winless, K Dizzle, like the Pelicans and stuff, they're still playing hard at the end of the game. What you think about this side?
you said what that? Run that by me again.
I was saying some of these teams that are winless, they play hard at the end of games, and I was saying, what do you think about that?
Yeah, yeah. Indiana for one, they've been playing hard and can't win a game. Yeah,
Right.
that's. Yeah, I mean, they got to keep going, man. Keep going. It's still early. They got to keep going.
Yeah, Jaron Jackson Jr. You say got all that money and hasn't done diddly squat. I think that Jaron Jackson Jr. has been a force, man. I don't know, man. I got to disagree with that. Arcade. I mean, last year he was in the running for um, all defensive and defensive player of the year. You said Pacers disappointed this year. Well, you got to think about it. They're depleted by injury. You know what I'm saying? They don't have Halliburton. They just lost Obi Toppin. What you think about them losing Obi Toppin, Milk?
That's gonna hurt because they need some off the bench. They can rebound. They can get physical. They need since they don't have Halliburton. They need some, and he can get you some points, and he can get you some rebounds. So that's gonna hurt. On top of that, you ain't gonna have Halliburton. None this year don't look like. So they gonna be have a long season.
Well, see, K, this is the thing. Um, there are lots of players that get into foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? But that's not indicative of like stupidity, right? A lot of times that can be because you got to think about it. They don't see. Think about this, K. Dizzle. Think about this, Stephen Green and Memphis. Check this out. They don't have Zach Edey. Listen, K. Dizzle. Jaren Jackson Jr. don't stay hurt. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to get you blocks. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to get you 10 rebounds in the rebound department, unlike Aiden. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have DeAndre Aiden right now, or would you rather have Jaren Jackson Jr.? Would you rather have Zach Edey, or would you rather have Jaren Jackson Jr.? You understand what I mean, K. Dizzle? You want somebody, you want a Zach Edey who could getting hurt in the preseason, getting hurt in summer league, getting hurt at the beginning of the season, getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Every time you turn around, he hurt, and he ain't gonna be back until 6 to 9 weeks. You want a DeAndre Aiden? Okay, one night he gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? Last night, oh, I got back spasms. You know what I'm saying? You can't get even 10 rebounds. You can't even get a double double. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I want a Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay, he got into foul trouble. Okay, that shows me. Okay, he trying. He out there. He's taking a bigger load. He's gonna have to make up for what Ja ain't doing. Ja shows no energy. They feed off of Ja's energy. He's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the superstar.
I think Jaron Jackson Jr. is the superstar on the grid, not Charles.
Hell, hey, K. Dizzle, Jaron Jackson Jr. was playing at an all-star level last season. You know what I mean? You said Turner, JJ Turner balling in Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee is balling. We're gonna continue to talk about Milwaukee. Like the brother Two Ross said, like my brother Two Ross said, shout out to him. We gonna continue to talk about Milwaukee when they winning. You know what I'm saying? You said Ja have other things on his mind. He better get it off his mind. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like Memphis right now thinking about that pussy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Stephen Gray, you said besides the NBA, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to make a decision.
He said, of course, he was playing for a contract. Of course, he showed up. Okay, but look, they 3-3. K Dizzle, it ain't like they 0-5. They came into the game above 500. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You act like they getting blown out. You know what I'm saying? You act like they coming through getting blown out or something like that. Look, the one thing that you can't say is that what's the name, Jaron Jackson Jr. He is playing. I think he's playing harder than Ja. That's just my personal opinion. I think his attitude has been better than Ja. You know what I'm saying? At least he showed up. Would you rather have that? Like I said, you never answered those questions, okay, Dizzle? Just like you didn't answer them questions about Wimby. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You say he was too light in the ass. You said he was frail. You said you needed to get better. You said you need to be more like Shaquille O'Neal and all that other stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and answer the question. Would you rather have JJJ or would you rather have Zach Edey? Would you rather have DeAndre Ayton or would you rather have Zach Edey?
I'd rather have Zach eat it. But yeah, K Dilla, that didn't age well for you.
Yeah, you don't talk about Wimby no more. You said 3-3 translate to 41. Not if listen, not if they go on a run, go on a spurt. You never know they could go on a spurt. And like I said, they don't have their full pieces. I think a couple. It's not just Zach Edey that's hurt either. You know what I'm saying? Now, will they get it together? They gonna have to. And here's another thing, K Dizzle. I'll give you this, and I'll give you this too, Memphis, and I'll give you this too, Steven. When Ja was out, the team would win, but that's when they had Dylan Brooks. That's when they had Desmond Bain. That's when they had all those other guys on there. You know what I'm saying? That he got rid of. You said Lansdale is outplaying JJJ. Truth be told, we'll have to see. I mean, look, Jaron Jackson Jr. Okay, he could have played a little tougher against Golden State. Okay, he could have played a little tougher against Golden State. He could have. You got to have a little bit more nastiness when you're playing against a guy like Draymond. You know what I'm saying? But I got faith in Jaron Jackson Jr. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give up on Jaron Jackson Jr. You know what I'm saying? This guy is a winner. Ja's not showing to be a winner. He's showing that his attitude is just, I don't know, just horrendous right now. And it's contagious. You know what I'm saying, Memphis?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but I think they just gonna have to find somebody to help him out.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, go ahead and respond to that, Memphis. Go ahead, talk, man. You know, we talk about your team. Talk about the number one player. You know what I'm saying? He talking about Wemby. You know what I'm saying? Possible MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season, man. Go ahead, man.
Wemby, yeah, Wemby, okay, okay. But are the Spurs top 10 in the West? Yeah, we're the top 10 in the West. We're top five, in my opinion.
Man, Memphis didn't want to put Memphis 901 K Dizzle 901. He didn't want to give him no ribs. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to give him no barbecue today. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Look, K Dizzle, the Spurs are 5-0. Okay, they haven't been. They have never been in the history of the franchise. Okay, let's get that off. Second off, hey Memphis, K Dizzle, Steven, what did LeBron say? Not one, not two, not three. Yeah, I'm gonna say that about Memphis. I'm sorry about that about Wemby, Memphis. Not one, not two, not three. Yeah, 3 seasons in a row he's averaging uh, the most in blocks in the NBA. And this season he's averaged 31.8, 14.6, and 4.8 blocks. You know what I smell? I smell MVP. You know what I smell? I smell Defensive Player of the Year. He has led the league in blocks for 3 consecutive seasons, but you telling me that this dude is light in the ass. Okay? Now, I'm gonna ask you something that is really gonna touch you're gonna ruffle some feathers, K Dizzle. Now that I got you on here. Would you rather have Wemby? Jackson Jr. Think I hear crickets, man. Got kind of quiet over there. Uh,
Hold on, I'm
oh
reading these
man.
comments.
Yeah, K Dizzle. Man, what are you smoking, man? Did you come from that verses and hit some of that weed that they was hitting over there? Look, let me say it again. I know I'm not just stuttering like Kevin Gates. You know what I'm saying? I asked you, okay? We talk about K Dizzle that played this game. We talk about K Dizzle that played with Penny. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather have Wemby or Jaren Jackson Jr.? Since you said that Wemby is in the top 4 center in the league when he is the best center in the league.
Wemby all day. Come on, man.
See, that's the problem, Memphis. See, K Dizzle my brother, but man, gotta flame him, man. Listen, you want Wemby to be, Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? You want that nigga to be Anthony Mason. You know what I'm saying? You want that nigga to be Dale Davis and all that shit. Antonio Davis. Nigga, them days is gone. Them days is gone. It's a new era, my nigga. And he's adapted to that era. He can shoot the ball. He can play the pick and roll. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Wemby? Or would you rather have Rudy Gobert, who can't read the pick and roll and been in the league for how many times? Who been in the league for how many years and done won Defensive Player of the Year? And can't read the pick and roll to save his life? Who you got, Giannis or Wemby? Who you got, Wemby or Jokic? Hey, who did? Hey,
I got
hold on, Memphis. Who did Jokic lose to last night? K Dizzle. They lost to Portland. They lost to Portland. Wemby going to get you 9 blocks. What's up with it, Dante? I see you in the building. You said JJ, a 7-footer, can't average over 6 boards in the season. Well, yeah, he can. You know what I'm saying? And he could get you blocks. You said JJJ, a center, and don't even play inside the low post. He did last season. Struggled a little bit, but I still got faith in JJJ. But we not talking about JJJ. We talking about Wemby. Who you got, Memphis? Do you got Wemby right now or Jokic? Listen, it's what okay. But yeah, who got the ring right now? Who are the defending champs? It's not Joker, okay? It's not Giannis. It's not it's not Wemby. It's not any of these guys we're talking about. It's a guy by the name of SGA, okay? And that's who everybody's chasing right now. You know what I'm saying? But Wemby is on pace. So if he win a ring, what you gonna say then, K? Oh, he got to do some more work, or he got to get 3, or he got to get 7. What you gonna say when he win a ring? He's improved this season. You saying that he was too light in the ass? Guess what? He put on, I think, about 14 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. You said that he don't play with his back to the basket. He been in the lab with Hakeem. He been in the lab with KG. Am I right, Memphis? You know what I'm saying? You say that he gets knocked around, he's too weak and all this other stuff. Well, guess what he was doing? He was out there in China with the monks, working on his mental, right? You said SGA is the best player in the world. Yeah, he is. Give you Chet over Wemby. Are you serious? You talk about the same Chet that can't stay healthy. You talking about the same Chet in which SGA was holding down the fort without him and J Dub. Come on, man. You got to come stronger than that. Last time I checked, the only thing that kept Wemby out was a blood clot. Chet stayed. Chet is a good player now. But give me Wemby all day. Wemby got a high ceiling if you stay healthy, and the Spurs front office put the right pieces around him. Man, they do got the right pieces around him. In my line, Memphis, look, you got Vassell. You got Castle. You know what I'm saying? You got Dylan Harper coming off the bench. They ain't even got De'Aaron Fox yet. Come on, man.
facts. So when they get Fox, they'll be possibly gonna win the West from the West.
Hey, K Dizzle. I put it to you. I put to you like this, man. I'm gonna make my prediction. I'm gonna make my prediction by December. Okay, and I'm gonna need you to be here. I'm gonna need K Dizzle, a guy that knows basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'll be fucking with K Dizzle, but he do know the game. But I'm gonna make my prediction. I'm gonna need Memphis to be front and center. Dante, you could be front and center. Steven, you could be front and center. Everybody, whole LDBC, y'all could be front and center. I'm gonna make my prediction, and I'm gonna make it for the Western Conference. I'm gonna make it for the Eastern Conference. I know December is a little early, but I'm gonna still make the prediction. Damn, I must have ruffled some feathers. I mean, you got quiet up in there. Look,
When we got a house, so he could say, when they gonna be all right, man? My Spurs be okay, man. Fuck, man.
yeah, this is the only Spurs fan that I know on YouTube. This is the only Spurs fan I know in the LDBC.
Go Spurs, go. Go Spurs, go. He said the best team Spurs beat. But they gonna beat a lot of good more teams. Some of them. Just keep watching and you'll see.
You said the Nets, the Suns, the Pelicans, the Raptors. You said Cupcake City, huh? But but check this out. Hey, K Dizzle, that was a good one. That was a good one, Memphis. I got to get K Dizzle, man. K Dizzle coming with it, man. He coming like Terrence Crawford against Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But check this out, K Dizzle. Listen, if they was 0-5, hey, Memphis, he be coming up in there. See, I told you Wimby ain't it. I told you he lighting the ass. I told you so. Why don't you is 5-0. You know what I'm saying? And then when he becomes 6-0, and then when he becomes 7-0, and then when he beats OKC, and then when he beats some of these other teams that you saying that are at the top of the league, and some of these teams that are in the East and Cleveland and overrated and all that other stuff, then what you gonna say? You said Spurs are third in the division, right? But I mean, they're still undefeated. I give it to everybody. I'll say that you know it's still early. It's still early. We ain't even reached 10 games in the season yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at the Chicago Bulls. They 5-0, K Dizzle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people are celebrating them besides John Kitty. You know what I'm saying? Well, other than that, you know what I'm saying? They 5-0. And them Bulls fans, they celebrating that. I just give props. Like with us, K Dizzle and Memphis. Hey, Memphis thought I was crazy. I was up in here celebrating the fact that the Sixers are off to a great start. I celebrate that because you know why? If we was if we was 1-5 or 1-4 or some shit like that, it'd be a whole bunch of people up in here talking shit, talking about Maxi is trash, talking about Embiid is trash, talking about VJ Edgecombe is trash.
It's called man trash though.
Edgecombe is Edgecombe got the type of talent where he could carry a team himself. You know what I'm saying? In a couple of years, you know what I'm saying? You let him develop. I mean, you see, he's already a starter. You know, but like I said, man, Wimby, I'm giving props to Wimby because he's coming into the storm. Now, I'm gonna tell. Listen, K Dizzle. Hopefully, you still there. Listen, K Dizzle. Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask Memphis this too. Look at how Cooper Flag is starting off. Wimby didn't start off like that. Last time I checked, Wimby, you go look at Wimby's numbers when he first began. They were way better than Cooper Flag. So who would you rather? Would you have rather had in your rookie season? Would you have rather had Cooper Flag, who barely could get 10 points instead of only in garbage time, or would you rather have a Wimby who was leading the league in blocks and also was second to Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. Who would you rather have? At best, maybe fourth if John gets his mind right. That's not true. I would still shout him out if they were 0-5. Nah, K Dizzle. You see that Memphis? Hey, K Dizzle, you gotta cut the cap, man. You will be up in here trying to light me up, bro. You see that Memphis?
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, he'll be up in here he'll be up in here lighting folks up. You know what I'm saying? Cause Cause when somebody don't do good, you know what I'm saying, K Dizzle be letting me know about it. Whether we on Real Talk with Tam or whether we on Cyber TV, something like that, K Dizzle gonna let you know about it.
Yeah, he will. I guarantee you, he gonna let you know.
Nah, but everybody everybody goes at their own pace. You said you are comparing apples to oranges. NBA is built on defense. Of course, give me blocks and rebounds. I can find offense. Well, no, hold on. How's that apple to oranges, K Dizzle? That's not apple to oranges. Hold on. Last time I checked, let's go down the line. Let's go down the line. Let's go down the line, okay? You said apples or oranges. Was Cooper Flag, was he a number one pick? Yes, checker. Was Wimby, was he a number one pick? Yes, checker. Were they both heavily hyped? Yes, checker. Were they coming in with a lot of high expectations? Yes, checker. Because you got to think about it. Everybody was wanting to see what this 7'4" monster could do. What was raving about him? What was coming over from the water from France? Had guys on here like Ticket TV telling you about it. Had guys like Two Rock telling you about it. Hey, had me up in there doubting him at first. Hey, a guy like Cypress TV, he was wondering, man, I don't know about this guy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of tall, look unorthodox and everything. Probably gonna be one of them same guys come over here like Manute Bowl or God rest his soul or whatever. And no shade to Manute Bowl or nothing like that. Gonna be like George Minson or some shit like that. You know, God rest his soul and everything. Then go ahead, you forget about him. No. So they both were in similar situations. That ain't no apples or oranges. He came in, okay. He played like ass. Okay, he did the polar opposite of what Wimby did. So that's not apple to oranges the way they came in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was the number one pick. You failed to meet expectation. Wimby exceeded expectation. I mean, except your expectation. Man, Keith Van Horn. Hey, Memphis, what you think about Keith Van Horn? Give me an analysis on Keith Van Horn.
It was decent as a player, wasn't great, but decent.
Yeah, Memphis keep it short, sweet, and to the point, man. He that's when you know that's when you know he ain't got much to say about somebody.
Yeah, man, keep that on. It was decent. Wasn't great, decent. That's it. I just keep that as this.
You said Flag is no comparison to Wimby. Flag is a great white height. Five players that were drafted better than Flag. I know, and we see that now. But what I'm saying is they both were in the same position. You sitting there saying that okay, it's apples to oranges when it wasn't apple to oranges. You said Keith Van Horn was a yeah. I mean Keith Van Horn, man, when he came out of Utah with Rick Majerus, that big old Santa Claus sweater. You remember that, Memphis? Rick Majority.
Uh,
Motherfucker used to have that red ass sweater. Oh, they had that big old goddamn Family Guy sweater and shit. Oh my god, man! Rick Majority. Didn't Rick Majority pass away?
Probably.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta wonder if they still living. But nah, Keith Van Horn. He had a nice game to him. You know what I'm saying? Like he never panned out like some people wanted him to. But Keith Van Horn, he was getting buckets. You know what I'm saying? But you know wasn't wasn't how people um, projected him to be. You said Flag is a defensive liability, too slow to guard three, and too small to guard a four. Now he can guard a four. I mean, he is 6'9". You know what I'm saying? And plus, he's still gonna grow. You gotta realize this too. Um, yes, I'm defending him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Look, we know damn well, and Memphis knows this too, and you know this too, K Dizzle, as well as you, Steven, and Dante too. Cooper Flag had no goddamn business at no point guard. K Dizzle, you played basketball, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I think K Dizzle was 6'6", somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? You know the position of point guard. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no reason why Cooper Flag should have been playing point guard. Kid, he was tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he, his ex had called him, you know what I'm saying, he got some good pussy or whatever, and she forgot about all that domestic violence, all that other shit, back in the days, you know what I'm saying, sitting there sweating, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, came back, you know what I'm saying, with a renewed fresh mind, fucking with the lust demon over there with Cypress and shit. I don't know if that nigga was smoking some good chronic or something, you know what I'm saying, with my nigga T Price or whatever, but whatever the fuck your ass was on, you was tripping. What you think, Si?
Well, I think it's time for kid to go.
Ooh, he ruffled some feathers. Damn, it's already time for that nigga Kid to go. You talking about a coach that made it to the finals?
Yeah, I think it's time for kid to go.
Damn, man. He, Memphis don't have. Okay, so who you think should be the coach of the Dallas Mavericks? You said taking it full circle. Then can Flag check JJJ? No, not at this point. No,
No, somebody who coach, somebody who's defensive minded.
you somebody that defensive minded. Kid is defensive minded. He preaches defense. I mean, you got to think about it. This too, Memphis. Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. They don't have Kyrie. Your boy Gafford, he ain't playing. Y'all think about that too?
Yeah, I think kid only coach one way. That's offense, in my opinion.
No, 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 no. He's defense. I mean, ever since he had Luca though, Luca not known for defense. I mean, hell, you see that right now. You know what I'm saying? You see that right now. He still can't play defense like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he be having 44 points. Everybody else stats, they be in single digits and shit. You know what I'm saying? You look at defensive, how many steals he got, you know what I'm saying? How many blocks he got, all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? He a liability. You said Flag is no better than fourth in rookie of the year, raised by the end of the year. You said Edge Cone uh, than everybody else, really. But keep an eye on Cedric Coward. of the Grizz. Okay, yeah, we definitely gonna keep. We look, man. We gonna pay attention to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want them. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, Memphis. I've been telling you this for a while that I want Ace Bailey to get his chance, man. K Dizzle, Steven, Dante. Ace Bailey is gonna be something, man. When he gets his chance, this dude is getting ready to unleash, man. I think they keeping this dude in the cage over there with Utah. What you think?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, Ace Bailey is gonna be he gonna be something. But nah, man, K Dizzle, um, like I said, man, I'm paying attention to Wimby and his evolution. Is he gonna lose some games? Yeah. Is he gonna make his mistakes? Yeah. I mean, hell, he got dunked on in the game that he won. He got dunked on by Bam. He got dunked on by Zion. But guess what? He still won those games. His mentality is just to keep on playing hard no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you gotta like about Wimby. I mean, he ain't like all these other niggas ducking the smoke and everything. Oh yeah, things ain't going too good. I give up and all this other stuff. Nah, that's not what they brought him to San Antonio for. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Duncan. You talking about Robinson. You talking about Parker. You talking about Ginobili. Those guys were winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah. Besides that, man, I'm getting ready to go ahead and you know, call it. Oh, you said Ace Bailey will be okay. The Jazz, needs a mid-range jumper, but marketing is legit. That's a good matchup for Wimby meter. Yeah, and that's gonna be SWAT City all day. You know what I'm saying? Here, come to the rack, block. Come to the rack, block. No, I like marketing. I think marketing is set to be an all-star this year. I mean, if the Jazz are surprisingly doing pretty good, like the Jazz and the Bulls, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying. You got the Spurs, you know what I'm saying. They're surprisingly doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, man. Yeah, we gonna finish this cooking up, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit them notifications too, man. Make sure y'all go sub to the brother, Cypress TV. You know what I'm saying? You know how he do over there. And straight to the point, man. And we out, y'all.